dark details emerging from the Jeffrey Epstein documents. One small fact stands out. A sophisticated, custom-built temple was constructed on his private island. It was not for worship in any traditional sense. Its golden dome's strange architecture have fueled endless speculation. And it was a place of secrets. A place set apart for purposes we can only begin to fathom. This structure, a temple to unknown ends, sits at the heart of a modern scandal. It forces us to ask a question many are now asking in quiet tones. Is there a deeper spiritual dimension to these events? Could there be a connection, a resonance between these modern revelations and ancient biblical prophecies? The question itself is a heavy one. It feels almost too large to ask, yet in times of great moral upheaval, humanity has always looked for patterns. We have always sought a framework to understand profound evil. The Epstein saga is not just a story of crime, it is a story of immense power. It involves the wealthiest figures, most influential figures in our world. It speaks of a hidden network operating in the shadows, far from the eyes of ordinary people. When confronted with such darkness at the highest levels of society, the human spirit naturally searches for a larger context, a bigger story to make sense of the chaos and the deep sense of violation. The files themselves are a sprawling collection of court documents. They contain names, flight logs, disturbing testimonies. They paint a picture of systematic abuse and exploitation. They detail a world where money and influence bought silence and shielded perpetrators from justice for decades. The scale of the operation, the level of secrecy involved are staggering. It is a modern story filled with modern tools, private jets, encrypted communications, yet the themes at its core are as old as time itself. The corruption of power, the abuse of the vulnerable, the intoxicating allure of secrecy that allows darkness to flourish and grow. This is where the ancient texts come into view for so many observers. The Bible is filled with warnings about these very things. Like, it speaks of the pride of kings, wealthy men who believe they are above the law. Like, it describes hidden wickedness, abominations that take place in secret. It promises that what is done in darkness will eventually be brought into the light. For those who see the world through a prophetic lens, the unsealing of these documents is not just a legal proceeding. It is the fulfillment of an ancient principle, a spiritual law that says secrets cannot be kept forever, especially when they involve such profound injustice. Many see the Epstein network as a modern manifestation of Babylon. Babylon in scripture, immense wealth. Babylon pride, Babylon moral corruption, a system set against God that indulges pleasure, a system that exploits others to maintain power. Seeing global elites in a secret abuse network looks like Babylon alive today. Perhaps the most thought-provoking parallel that people are drawing is not just about the sin, but about its exposure. A central theme in biblical prophecy is the idea of a final revealing. The Bible promises a time when all secrets will be laid bare. Jesus himself said, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will be known or brought out into the open." This is not just a moral teaching. It is presented as an inevitable spiritual law. What is whispered in private rooms will be shouted from the rooftops. For decades, the secrets of Jeffrey Epstein and his associates were locked away. They were protected by legal agreements, threats, a wall of powerful connections. The truth was concealed. Then, through a series of court battles and the persistence of victims, the locks began to break. The documents, once sealed, were ordered to be released. What was whispered on a private island is now being shouted across the global internet. This act of forced transparency, this bringing of darkness into the light, is seen by many as a prophetic sign. While the Epstein files reveal profound human darkness, the connection to biblical prophecy is primarily an interpretive one, reflecting people's search for meaning in chaotic times. These events are prompting reflection on morality and societal structures. So, what do you think? Do you see any connections between these events and biblical prophecy, or are these separate issues? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. If you're interested in exploring more connections between current events and spiritual truths, be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.
I'm that lion from the zoo. Now figure that out.